When you go through a divorce in New Jersey, you can often go through what's called a financial restructuring. You want to develop a game plan so you're protecting your assets, you're protecting your credit, and you're protecting your ability to maintain your way of life. There are several action steps that you can take if you're considering a divorce or you find yourself about to file. The first thing is to open an account in your own name, and that way you're able to have some leverage for unexpected expenses that can come up, such as even just during the retention of an attorney. For example, you should also keep what's called, I like to call as an evidence binder. Print out all of the statements that can be useful even during an initial consultation with an attorney. This can include copies of bank account statements, tax returns, if you have access to the pay stubs of your soon-to-be former spouse, any major expenses such as your mortgage statements, cars insurance. The courts and your attorney should really know what your expenses are because that can be helpful if your attorney is to request what's called pendente lite or interim support. So in preparation for consulting with an attorney or starting the divorce proceedings, pretty much any financial documents that you have access to are important to bring. Major household expenses such as your mortgage statements, as well as financial documents showing income of either you or your spouse or both. Any tax returns filed within 3 years would be useful, so the attorney or the courts can get a financial snapshot, even if it's just kind of an overhaul of what your financial picture looks like. Documents perhaps such as, private school tuition, if that's applicable to your children, would be important. Birth certificates, any medical or school documents of your children, specifically if you have children that have special needs or require additional financial support that's not typical. Those are all documents that are highly critical to either bring to a consultation or to have to be shown in court. You're going through a divorce, you're going through a separation, you're in a tough spot. A good attorney can make all the difference. And in this market, there's plenty of attorneys to choose from. It's best for you to consult with an attorney and retain that attorney if that attorney aligns with what you need and your values. If you want to have the divorce proceedings go as quickly as possible, if you think you're going to be in a good spot with your spouse, if things are going to be able to be settled relatively quickly, it's good to have an attorney that's well-versed in mediation and generally collaborative. If you believe that your case will be hostile and acrimonious from the beginning, it's best to get an attorney that's well-versed in motion practice. Motion practice, especially early on in proceedings, can make all the difference, can make the difference in you getting that immediate support that you need. Perhaps your spouse is financially withholding already and is able to get the ball rolling in a zealous and aggressive fashion. You want an attorney that you're comfortable with. It's very important to be as transparent as possible with your attorney. So having an attorney that you're generally comfortable with is also very important. Your attorney is there to hold your hand and to guide you through the process, so make sure that attorney is aligned with what you need. Divorce is like any major test in life. You want to be prepared. Without proper preparation, the only thing you're preparing for is failure and frustration. You essentially want to make sure that you have all of the financial documents and all of your wants and needs already set out, because that's going to be most helpful for an attorney evaluating your case to adequately strategize and advise you, especially if your intent is to file as quickly as possible. If you have any questions about how you can better prepare for initial consultation or for beginning the divorce process, please do contact us as Next Chapter Family Law. We're more than happy to help.